Okay, good afternoon. It's Jason at Club Champion UK here. Just going to follow on from some of the stuff we did with that first podcast, Files of the Fitting stuff. I'm just going to expand a little bit on some of the points that we kind of touched on in that opening episode. One of the things I think is really important is that transitional, if you like, transitional phase of transition from where you go from hybrid or driving iron. Now, this is dictated a lot by the weight of the shaft. If you're somebody that's got a slightly lighter iron shaft, to move into a driving iron per se could be a bit tricky because those driving iron shafts are normally a little bit on the heavier, stronger side. So things like the DI 95 here and the Black TX. Now you can get lighter driving iron shafts, I'm aware of that. But predominantly these are the sort of shafts that these guys are getting into. Tip stiff, butt stiff, really strong, almost like, you know, pokers, but they're not iron steel as you would call it, but they're playing effectively light steel shafts. One of the sort of things that's coming up now in this sort of hybrid world is shafts like this Asawa Gold from Obarm, brand new out, and that follows on from the success of the Asawa Gold fairway shaft, or I say wood shaft, I say fairway shaft. We use it a lot in fairway. It's a fantastic fairway shaft. It's got a slightly stiffer tip and butt profile, a little bit smoother in the middle. And what that's allowing the player to do is to feel something that's a bit more stable, launches sort of mid to low and doesn't spin too much, because the problem is when you go light, you tend to get spinny. And again, this is very simple, 80 to 40, 40-01, 50-02, 60-03, 70-04, 80-05 or X. Very simple, one choice in each weight category in terms of flex. So if you're in that weight category, you're probably going to be a stronger player or a weaker player or whatever it may be. So we're seeing that profile or that transition becoming much more important for players and where that break is. And I said to you before, and I'll say it again, it's all driven by the ball speed. At some point, that 5 miles an hour will transition to 7, 8 or 9 miles an hour, and that's where you get that gap. You don't want to get a big black hole where you go, shoot, I can't sort of hit a certain yardage. You're trying to sort of cover all bases if you can. There's always going to be a gap. There's always a trade-off. No one's ever got it absolutely perfect. That's why the pros have 16, 17 clubs every week, right? And they change out and change in, and 7 woods and 9 woods come in, and driving irons go out or come in if it's an open or whatever. So you can see now how you need a sort of a variation of toolkit of clubs to work, but always test various different shafts to see what profile suits you. Is it butt stiff? Is it butt soft? Ask the question. If the guy doesn't know, find out.